What is up, you guys? Michael from Collectables.com, and today we are checking out this absolutely awesome McFarlane 2-pack. It is from the DC Multiverse and, of course, features Spawn and Batman. It is their comic book iterations, and I've been looking forward to this pack for quite some time as a big fan of the Batman and Spawn comics as a kid, reading these bad boys on the long drives with the parentals. So definitely a very cool 2-pack. So I can't wait to bust this one open. It, of course, features Batman and Spawn, a whole bunch of accessories and hand sculpts and stuff like that. So we'll get through those in just a second. And some cracking artwork on the back from the comic books. So that is absolutely stunning. This is a great 2-pack, so let's bust it open. All right, so we've opened the box here, and the first thing I see at the back of sort of the cardboarded area is, of course, this beautiful artwork that we saw on the back of the box. So that's pretty cool. And if you turn it around, I think this is part of like a backdrop and stuff like that. You got a Spawn, I guess, skull-themed one as well. So that's pretty cool. The figures themselves, let's have a look. So we've got, of course, Batman, looking pretty menacing. Comes, of course, with that Batarang, couple of hand sculpts, and that rock diorama. As you can see, pretty nice figure. Absolutely love the cowl on this and the huge pointy ears. Quite a nice figure. Spawn, of course, comes with that huge sword and that rock diorama as well. So it's all part of one, I'm guessing. We'll have a play with it in a sec. So that's cool. We'll have a closer look. Also comes, of course, whoa, we're losing it. Comes, of course, with those 2 trading cards. Love seeing people put those in binders. They look so good. The 2 figure stands there. One with the McFarlane logo on it for Spawn. Or the Spawn logo, should I say. And, of course, I guess you could use this as a bit of a backdrop. Maybe use the that print that I showed you earlier as well. So let's get them out of the plastic casing and take a closer look. All right, so after a little bit of wrestling, it's going to take you a while to get these bad boys out of the box. These clips are brutal. And the capes are sort of draped behind the plastic packaging. So you will need to sort of fold them a little bit to get them out. But the capes are definitely one of the cool parts of these figures. So let's have a quick look at Batman himself. Now, I've noticed some of the McFarlane figures that are supposed to be sort of like a more blacky color. I've seen on some groups and forums and stuff like that they have got like a green tinge to them. This one, I don't know, might have a slight green tinge. It might just be my eyes. I am pretty blind, even with glasses. But if you just look at the color variant, I know this is probably supposed to be a bit of a grey color, obviously, as per, the pictures and stuff. But it does seem to have just that slight, I don't know, greeny sort of tinge on certain angles, but definitely doesn't take away from the figure like it has on some of those Michael Keaton figures that came with the Batmobiles and stuff. So let's have a look at this guy. Looking really cool. Love that he's got the bat symbol there on the chest. Cool sort of menacing hands. Loving the fact that he's got the spikes coming off there. I do love the suits that have that. And, of course, this huge draping cape, which is really awesome. A bit of a pain to get out of the box, but definitely going to display really well with that cape. Will you need the stand to maybe hold this one up? No, look, he stands pretty good for the most part. I guess it just depends how you're going to pose him, that you might need to sort of play with the legs a little bit. The cape is obviously quite heavy on that. As you can see, he sort of leans. But a really, really nice figure. Absolutely loving everything about this suit as well. So definitely a wicked one to have in the collection. And the fact that they've got these huge draping capes that McFarlane is so well known for, to me, is just a plus. Now, Spawn, this is definitely a figure for me that I think looks pretty awesome. Again, with that draping McFarlane style cape that he's so famous for. And you can definitely tell the differences with this Spawn compared to, let's say, some of those Mortal Kombat ones that were released. It is definitely more, comic book accurate to, let's say, some of those Mortal Kombat ones that we've seen along the line. So definitely a really beautiful figure. Loving the chain work and the skulls and all that sort of stuff on this. The spikes and everything just look absolutely phenomenal. So he's definitely a really cool one for the collection. And of course, just the the time and effort that's put into this cape. Like, have a look at this. Absolutely wicked cape. As I mentioned in other videos and previously, definitely spewing I didn't back that crowd-funded one that came with that beautiful cape. But this, to me, is definitely a good consolation prize. It is a Spawn figure that I've been hoping for a little while after having, got all these Mortal Kombat ones. And then, obviously, the Spawn with the throne. That was a pretty cool one as well. But definitely liking this figure. Head and everything really nicely painted up and looking super cool. Stands pretty well by himself, so you probably won't need a stand on this one. I think having this leg there that's always that bit thicker will help. Of course, you do get his sword as well, which is pretty awesome. As you can see, the detail in the sword and the skull with the green and just the paint application with the black. Looks really awesome. And just the wash through the sword and a bit of damage and stuff like that. Really, really nice. With the Batman, sorry, I forgot to go through that before. You've got, of course, that Batarang style accessory. Nothing too special about that. And, of course, those other couple of hand sculpts. So the more closed fist and, maybe weapon holding or something like that. So very, very nice figures. It, of course, comes with that rock diorama as well, which at first in the box I thought maybe it actually, houses the figures so they can stand on it. I'm sure if you get creative, you could do that, but it does have that channel there that you will be able to insert. Let's see if I can do it. The backdrop. So as you can see, you can insert that backdrop and then probably place the figures in front of it. So I think they will look pretty cool in front of it. And it's the same artwork that you saw, obviously, on the back of the box. So I guess that gives you a better indication of how it looks when you insert it into that little channel. So overall, guys, these are absolutely wicked figures and a must for any Spawn/Batman collector or even just a fan of those comics back in the day. So well worth getting. We do have some available on cultureshockcollectables.com, so be sure to check it out.